There are two sorts of people in the world who, with equal degrees of health and wealth and other comforts of life, become, the one happy, the other unhappy. This arises very much from the different views in which they consider things, persons, and events, and the effect of those different views upon their minds. In whatever situation men can be placed, they may find conveniences and inconveniences. In whatever company, they may find persons and conversation more or less pleasing. At whatever table, they may meet with meats and drink of better or worse taste, dishes better or worse dressed. In whatever climate, they will find good and bad weather. Under whatever government, they may find good and bad laws, and good and bad administration of those laws. In every poem or work of genius, they may see faults and beauties. In almost every face and every person, they may discover fine features and defects, good and bad qualities. Under these circumstances, the two sorts of people above mentioned fix their attention, those who are to be happy, on the conveniences of things, the pleasant parts of conversation, the well-dressed and well-tasted dishes, the goodness of the wines, the fine weather, etc., 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 and enjoy all with cheerfulness. Those who are to be unhappy think and speak only of the contraries. Hence, they are continually discontented themselves, and by their remarks sour the pleasures of society, offend personally many people, and make themselves everywhere disagreeable. If this turn of mind was founded in nature, such unhappy persons would be the more to be pitied. But as the disposition to criticize and be disgusted is perhaps taken up originally by imitation, and unawares grown into a habit, which, though at present strong, may nevertheless be cured, when those who have it convinced of its bad effects on their felicity, I hope this little admonition may be of service to them, and put them on changing a habit, which, though in the exercise is chiefly an act of imagination, yet it has serious consequences in life, as it brings real griefs and misfortunes. For, as many as are offended by, and nobody well loves this sort of people, no one shows them more than the most common civility and respect, and scarcely that, and this frequently puts them out of humour, and draws them into disputes and contentions. If they aim at obtaining some advantage in rank or fortune, nobody wishes them success, or will stir a step, or speak a word to favour their pretensions. If they incur public censure or disgrace, no one will defend or excuse, and many join to aggravate their misconduct, and render them completely odious. If these people will not change this bad habit, and condescend to be pleased with what is pleasing, without fretting themselves or others about the contraries, it is good for others to avoid an acquaintance with them, which is always disagreeable, and sometimes very inconvenient, particularly when one finds oneself entangled in their quarrels. An old philosophical friend of mine was grown from experience very cautious in this particular, and carefully shunned any intimacy with such people. He had, like other philosophers, a thermometer to show him the heat of the weather, and a barometer to mark when it was likely to prove good or bad. But there is no instrument yet invented to discover at first sight this unpleasing disposition in a person. He, for that purpose, made use of his legs, one of which was remarkably handsome, the other by some accident crooked and deformed. If a stranger, at first interview, regarded his ugly leg more than his handsome one, he doubted him. If he spoke of it, and took no notice of the handsome leg, that was sufficient to determine my philosopher to have no further acquaintance with him. Everybody has not this two-legged instrument, but every one, with a little attention, may observe signs of that carping, fault-finding disposition, and take the same resolution of avoiding the acquaintance of those infected with it. I therefore advise these critical, querulous, discontented, unhappy people, that if they wish to be loved and respected by others, and happy in themselves, they should leave off looking at the ugly leg.